You have to pivot if you're desiring to be consistent and successful within the art space. I'm your host, Eli Maxson, and this is episode 14 of Illustrator Diaries. I feel necessary and it's appropriate in the season that I speak on this topic because it's something I'm actually experiencing. I got a new day job and it's been pretty good. Pays better. It's closer to home. Very convenient. You know, it's pretty much everything I prayed for and then some. That being said, I'm pretty sure you're well aware at this point that this video is very much different than every other video I've created prior, as I'm creating a digital art piece of myself back in 2019. And I think it's congruent with this message that I happen to have to talk about today, or feel led to talk about today. As an artist, you gotta pivot. You gotta refocus. You gotta reconvene. You gotta look back at your old work and see what it is that you could do a little better. And you can't get trapped by the planning phase. So this is the first thing I'm gonna talk about. For the longest time, before making this channel, I had what I would call a creative block due to this creative phase that I'm going to tell you about. And a lot of people planning phase. I'm sorry. A lot of people get caught in this planning phase. I think in any aspect of life, whether it be you're a designer or a manufacturer or somebody who's at their job but they want to get another job, you can think as much as you want and plot out how things are going to pan out, but there's a difference between thinking and doing. And the reason as to why a lot of people get trapped in this is because they associate thinking with doing. Thinking is not doing. Thinking is just thinking. And until you make whatever it is that you're thinking about manifest, it's not going to happen. What does it say? Faith comes by hearing the word of God. Faith without works is dead. It's very important to know that you have to apply your faith in any and every given environment. It doesn't mean that it's going to be convenient. In fact, you should look to the Lord on how to, how can I say this? Approach people, because He created them. And the only way you're going to be able to move in faith is if you get into His Word, right? Hearing the Word of God is an action. Faith without works is an action. Works is an action. So I hope that this resonates. The second thing is you have to evaluate appropriate limitations. So you shouldn't just be doing any and everything. You should be making time to limit things that you can do to better focus on what it is that you need to do. For me as a creative, I know that I just need to put out good work. Whether it's digital or hand-drawn is really not as important. But if it is digital, I need to be applying it the same way that I'm doing my hand-drawn work. And if it's hand-drawn, I need to be applying it the same way I do my digital work. That being said, with this, of course, it's in color comparatively to my other pictures that are in color, yes, but they're gray, shades of gray. And I chose the shades of gray because I think it's visually appealing. It happens to add more depth to light source. And like I said, it's a process of limitation. It helps me to get my work done more cohesively and consistently. So with the digital work, I try to apply it the same. I just happen to do it in color since I don't have to buy any of the color that I'm using on the application that I'm drawing on, which is Procreate. This isn't a sponsor, by the way, but I just felt it necessary to mention the reference that I'm using. And I just happen to do the same thing, but this time it's with color. So instead of gray, I'm literally looking for the light source and dark source on my photos. And as you can see, it's pretty consistent with the work I did traditionally. Of course, one thing I don't like about digital, I guess this platform in particular, is that the work is pixelated. So if you were to enlarge or reduce it, it would mess up the resolution. But that's a very technical thing, and I'm really just utilizing this artwork as a means to talk over as you see the process and you also hear what it is I have to say. Lastly, you can't care about what people have to say about you. You can't care what people think about you. You only have one life, and it's very important to remember this. Your job or whatever it is that you do, it's going to remain the same unless you take action. Going back to point one, because this is really in congruence with it, you just got to do it. You just got to do what it is that you set out to do creatively. And you have to be open to the fact that you're going to look very amateur-like in the beginning. And you're going to fail a lot. If anything, you want to fail early because it helps you to see what it is you could do better on. And I don't want to drag this video out, so I'm really going to leave this here. It's pretty short. Like I said, I just started this new job, so I'm on a 10-minute break right now, and I felt necessary that I just put this together because if not, there isn't going to be a video this week, and I want to be consistent and honor you all. So let me know in the comment section below what it is that you took away from this video. What's keeping you from putting out the work? Are you able to pivot? And if not, what is it that you need to do in order that you can do so? I'm your host, Eli Maxson. This has been episode 14 of Illustrator Diaries, and I'm out. See you guys next time.